ladies, welcome back to the show. This is Nava. If you're new here, welcome. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me, and let's get into talking about Ashanti and Nelly. So Ashanti is going through her humiliation ritual / kink with Nelly. A lot of women have it. If y'all, a lot of y'all might have heard, Nelly is saying that he does not change diapers. He is not getting up in the middle of the night with her to change his baby's diapers. And as a matter of fact, he's not going to do anything pretty much with the baby for the first 3 years until the baby can talk and communicate with him. And a lot of women are like outraged and saying she should have never got back with him, and a lot of women are actually on his side, saying he's raised 3 kids, or this is his 4th kid, and he's 50. He don't want to change no diapers. I know 2 of the kids that he raised were his sister's kids. I think she passed away and he adopted them, but I don't know how old they were, if they were babies in diapers, and if he actually changed their diapers. But he has a 30-year-old daughter who is his biological daughter, and I doubt he was changing her diapers, because 30 years ago, Nelly was in the industry, and he probably did not change not one diaper with her either. So, like, once again, black women are giving, men an excuse not to do anything, like, in the household. And I don't know, the ones that are upset, I'm like, I don't know why y'all are upset either, because a lot of y'all, your baby's daddy wasn't in the house, so you were changing all the diapers by yourself. And even if he was in the house, most of y'all's baby daddies or husbands were not changing diapers like that. Y'all were changing the diapers all the time. Some of y'all would come home from work if y'all left the baby with them and the baby's diapers was soaked. Y'all remember that, or you're going through it right now. So for the most part, men do not really change diapers. Like, I'm not saying none of them do, but for the most part, they don't really deal with babies like that. So I don't know why everybody is upset. Like, I think it's just when men say stuff out loud, even though it's true for the majority of them, women are in shock, because y'all could see them in the house not changing diapers. You could be all upset and just pissed off because they're not helping you, they're not waking up at night. But once a man says what they actually do, they say it out loud, y'all hear how bad it sounds, and everybody just goes into like a rage and a fit. But when they're in the household doing it, you're still there and not doing anything about it. So this is why they feel like they could just come out and be honest. Like what the hell? Like, y'all are getting mad, and this is what they've been doing. They've been telling you inside the homes that they're not changing no diapers and just not doing it. Even if they don't tell you, they just don't do it. Like, so let's get into some of these comments about what he actually said, and I will be back.
I do know that Ashanti is a whole grown woman who was able to negotiate her own terms for her relationship. You also know that all relationships have compromises and divisions of labor. You also know that there is no such thing as a perfect human, and that you're not a perfect human. Alexa, stop. That's my time to get up for work. But I was just wanting to say that you guys have a lot to say about other people's relationship. And I think that it's mainly single people having these unrealistic expectations for partners.
So it is unrealistic for you ladies to expect for the father of your child to change a diaper or to take care of the child in any way for the first 3 years, okay? Listen to this lady.
And that's probably why you're single. Don't worry, I'm not judging you because I'm single as well. But I'm just saying, it's very hard to get in a relationship when you get older because you're setting your ways. But other people in relationships have compromises, and that's okay.
So Nelly has told his wife, Ashanti, that he wants nothing to do with their child until that child is 3 years old, and can verbally basically ask him to provide for that child, if that makes any sense. And to me, outside looking in, I feel like him saying that is just him letting us know that he is a weak man. And the reason why I'm saying that he's a weak man is because every real man knows that, hey, if you are married to a woman and y'all choose to have a child, that's dual responsibility. That's not all on her.
I'm going to stop right here and say I'm almost 100% sure that Nelly didn't want this child. Ashanti wanted this child, and she chose to have this child. And that is why he's doing what he's doing. He did not want this child, and he most likely didn't want to get back with her. He just did. Like, just because. Like, why not? But yeah, he was irrelevant, so he got back with her, and she wanted a baby because she felt like it's been all these years and we're getting older. We might as well just have a baby real quick. And that's what happened. Nelly didn't want this baby. She did. He already had 5. Well, yeah, he already had 4. I know before I said 3, but he had 4, and hers makes 5.
She didn't produce that child by herself. And it's even worse because you're married to her. Like, you took vows. Like, your vows was to support her in whatever. And I think pregnancy falls into that category of whatever. And I feel like him saying that just lets us know, like, where his mindset is. Because as a man, you shouldn't even feel comfortable telling your wife that, hey, man, you're going to have to take care of the baby until, like, 3, because I ain't here for that type of shit. Like, that right there, like, just I don't know. Like, if I was Ashanti, I would be looking at it.
Look. Men will leave women for way less than what women put up with men. They will leave you for less. And he's like, I will leave you.
Because it's like, dude, like, if you can't support me when, you know, I need you the most, like, why the fuck are you around? Like, you got to take in mind, this is Ashanti. This ain't no regular broad that he met at Walmart, Target, or just out, you know, doing him. Like, this is Ashanti. Like, Ashanti has her own career. She don't necessarily need him. And not to mention, she came back to get him because they were together at first, but she left him. And she was perfectly fine, but she chose to backtrack, and now her backtracking has gotten her in this position. And it's just crazy. Like, I feel like, you know, when I was watching the video of him saying the shit, I'm just thinking, like, how do you, like, logically stand on that? Like, where is your stance? Like, where what are you thinking about? Like, where is your mind? Because I don't know, like, it's just one of those things that you wouldn't want to say out loud, like, you know what I mean? And the fact that he feels so comfortable to say said thing out loud says a lot about him. But that's just some, like, deplorable shit. Like, if you can't take care of your kids and take care of your wife, dude, you don't need to be married. Like, it ain't hard. Like, you don't need to be married, because at this point it looks like he has married her to trap her into some bullshit, because that's basically essentially what she's in. She's in some bullshit, and now that they're married, it's gonna take a little bit more to get out of it. But at the same time, like, he is literally showing her that he is not worth the time. Like, he's not worth that shit. And another note is, can you imagine what that child is going to feel like growing up, you know? And you know, because the thing about the internet is that it never dies. So that child is eventually going to see their father being like, I don't want nothing to do with you, essentially, until you're 3 and you can tell me that, like, you know, I need to provide for you. Like, that right there, I feel like is going to be something that he's going to have to explain, and it's going to come back to bite him in his ass. So I don't know, like, just outside looking in, the shit is outrageous. But tell me what y'all think, and, you know, we can talk about it. And, you know, shit, if y'all agree with him, shit, I know really how you think. But at the same time, like, I just think that's some deplorable shit.
That Ashanti and Nelly shit, that's the reason why I'm pro-choice. That's exactly why I'm pro-choice. Nelly told Ashanti that he will not be changing any diapers. He will not be taking care of the baby until the baby can walk and talk on his own. Because that's ridiculous. That is honestly ridiculous. He said, prepare to basically be a single mama. After having a baby, I realized that a lot of y'all don't need to have babies. Y'all just don't. And Nelly like 40, bruh. He like 40. And he told his homeboys this too. And his homeboys just like laughing. Like, nobody even said, nigga, you don't think that's weird? He talked about how he sleeps through the night when a baby's crying. You don't even get up. Like, y'all, like, ladies, this is why I be trying to tell you, hey, do not have a baby. If you got second thoughts about that nigga, please believe that second thought and just go to the clinic. These niggas are terrible, bro. Until you actually have kids, because people tell you, like, hey, man, it's hard. And you be like, okay, I'm prepared, I'm ready, like, cool. But it's not, but it's harder than what you expect. It's different. And only people with kids understand, man. Niggas said, niggas 40, bruh. Niggas basically said, I'm not doing shit. Niggas don't want to be a dad. Niggas don't want to do nothing. Like, Ladies, just be careful who you get pregnant by. Just be careful, honestly, bruh. Just be careful. Like, oh my God, oh my goodness. Just niggas be 40, bro. Niggas be 40.
Up here trying to act like Nelly said for the next 18 years you on your own. He said for the first year. He said he don't want to change no diapers. Okay, he don't want to feed no baby in the middle of the night. And I'm going to sit up here and agree with him, and I got 2 kids. I don't want to do that shit either. Okay, that shit ain't fun. Fuck that. Okay, come on now. Like, y'all read too much. Because it's like, one of my friends, Michelle, she made a point on this. That was Nelly setting his boundary. That was him setting his boundary. And I'm pretty sure there's things that Ashanti just not fucking doing. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing that shit. That's a fucking boundary. One of my boundaries, I don't take out the trash. That's a boundary. I'm not doing that shit. A man in the house, I wish the fuck I would pick up the trash. What? I'm not even placing the bag. No, it's not my business. No, that's a boundary of mine. And there's other things too that I got boundaries on. Y'all digging too much into this. Like, and then on top of it, y'all make it seem like these people ain't got enough money to hire a night nurse. We can have about 10 more kids. We gonna each of them go have their own night nurse, baby. We got the money. Y'all just want to have a problem with other people last for whatever reason. I don't see no problem with that. He said though, once the baby could come to me and walk, I fucks with that. Once the baby could come and walk to me, then give me the baby. But I don't want the baby. Not the baby. As a baby? Nah. I fucks with Nelly. You ain't nothing wrong. You ain't say nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. Cause then it ain't like he like y'all deadbeat baby daddies. He ain't like y'all deadbeat baby. He play his child support. He take care of his. You know what I'm saying? He take care of his seeds. Y'all mad at the wrong shit. Y'all mad at the wrong people.
I don't feel sorry for Ashanti. I'm sorry. I don't feel sorry for her. He said in the clip I saw that he already told you that he was not going to be changing any diapers or getting up or doing any of that. He told you that. That's what he said in the clip. I told you this before you had the baby. And you still had the baby and married him. Not only are you locked in for 18 years, we're looking at assets now. Assets that we have acquired together. Divorce, split down the middle. When a man tells you who he is and he is 100% honest that I am not a good partner, and you just go, well, maybe I can change him. That's on you. You settled, girl. You settled. You had the money. If you wanted a baby and I had that kind of money and I realized, okay, I'm getting older and the options are not that great, I would have gone sperm donor. I'm not going to lie to you. But you settled for Nelly. You spun the block. You've been with him already. You know what he's about. You spun the block and went back. I'm sorry, I wish you all the luck in the world. I don't hate you as an artist or whatever, but I don't have much sympathy. I'm sorry.
To think that there are women on this app worried about a man in his 50s who's had kids already saying he is not going to change a diaper, but he's going to give you the world. And you got a man in your house who won't change his drawers? You got a man in your house that won't take out the trash. You got a man in your house that won't even put gas in your car or pay a bill. Stop worrying about other people's business. They not even the same tax bracket as y'all. That man said he not changing no diapers. He probably gonna get a nanny. Get somebody else to do it. He don't gotta do it if he don't want to do it. And she's okay with that. So let that be the case. Let that ride out. Like, y'all so up in arms. He not changing no diapers. He bought the diapers. He probably buy the wipes too. And he bought the nanny.
Ladies, never ever let a man play in your face twice. So I've been watching the Nelly and Ashanti show they have on Peacock. And woo-wee, I think it is a cute little show, but all I'm seeing is red flags, okay? First of all, this man says that he doesn't want to change his son's diapers, and then fixed his mouth to say, I'll give you the world, but I'm not changing no diapers. You know what he's saying? You know what he's really saying? Is that I will not be emotionally available to you. I will give you everything materialistic, but you will not have 100% of me. Now, I'm like Ashanti. I don't necessarily get into politics either, but if you're going to do something that you know is detrimental financially and detrimental to our marriage, and you still go along with it, that's a deal breaker. And then to make fun of her while she's breastfeeding, like at her most vulnerable moments. Nelly is very childish. It seems as though he can only deal with her when he's embarrassing her and making fun of her. And that's what I've been noticing lately. Like, all he's been doing is just saying things to just embarrass her. And I know, we live in a world where all of that is cute and all of that is fun, but it's nothing funny about your partner belittling you, especially in your most vulnerable moment when you're breastfeeding to feed y'all's baby. You have to be very careful when you decide to go back to your exes. It's all cute and lovey-dovey and y'all rekindling, but he's going to reveal himself. He's going to reveal himself eventually, and he's going to remind you of why you left him in the first place. By that time, it's worse, because now he knows that you will tolerate anything. It's going to be 10 times worse than before. And let me just tell y'all, he ain't sleep. He is not sleeping through that baby crying. He is under the covers with his eye poking out, wondering if she's going to get her ass up and go feed their baby. Ain't nobody sleep through all of that. Stop it. All I'm going to say is I hope they don't come with a season 2. Might be worse. Ashanti girl, we love you. Don't let that man rain on you. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Imagine a man gets on top of you with teeth like the Cheshire Cat and 4.5, 5 if we want to be generous, inches of nerve pumping all up inside of you. And this is the second go round. The nigga played in your face the first time. And then he gives you a baby. And then on national TV, he tells you, listen, you holler at me about this kid when he can walk and when he can say he ready to go to the bathroom. And out of the two of you, I think this is maybe his 5th time raising a child. He is the more experienced parent in his 50s. This ain't no young whippersnapper. It's an old nigga talking about he ain't changing no goddamn me. You're gonna be changing his diapers. Huh? You're gonna be changing his diapers. Did you hear what I said? And he ain't gonna change the baby's diapers. First of all, niggas who get brush cuts and get they line on the side like that, I don't like it. That choice alone, I don't like how the discernment shows up. But imagine all that body on top of you, huffing and puffing and blowing your house down. And you want to talk about you ain't changing no diapers for your child, sir? You'll change Trump's diaper, nigga. I'm not pleased. I'm not watching that show. These are just the clips I've seen. But that's a nasty game. That's a nasty game. And then you let Ashanti get pregnant. We know how a woman's voice is affected by pregnancy. Ashanti can't lose no range. Let this be the last time you put a baby up inside her, sir. Her voice cannot be going down, baby, on the roller coaster. She don't. Mama has to keep what she has. And I love my sis. I just want to say that. Love her down. But bitch, that meme of that video of her singing Sweet Thing and her going in for that note, bitch, will forever leave me low. And that Tamar, she'll come in with a review when she was like, bitch, what note is Ashanti singing to where she has to look like that? Nelly, stop playing with my sister. Stop playing with my niece. You was not even all up in her guts. You were at the door of her guts, leaving your seed, and now you don't want to change diapers. Boy, fuck you.
One thing that people are not pointing out about the Nelly and Ashanti show is that when people are done raising kids, they feel like they're done raising kids. I'll give you another example. Sofia Vergara did not want to divorce her husband, but she didn't have a choice because she was done raising kids. Her son was in his 30s and he wanted her to start over and have a newborn. She was in her 40s. She's like, I'm not willing to do that. I don't want to start over. I've already raised my son. I'm ready for grandkids. I'm not ready for more kids. Nelly is 50, and I'm not saying he's right or wrong. Like, there's really no, it is what it is, but he's done raising kids. And I think he loves Ashanti in his own way, and he knew she wanted to be a mother, so they decided to have a baby together with the understanding that he was not going to be hands-on. And since she is a first-time mom, it's easy to agree to stuff like that until the baby gets here. And then it's like, whoa, this is hard. Like, even with nannies, it's hard. You want the father to be present. You want the father to be hands-on. Not just men that feel this way. There's women too. It's all type of people that's just like, I don't want to start over. My kids are grown. I don't want to start over with the potty training and the diapers and the learning how to walk and talk. I don't want to do that all over. It's hard. It's hard work. And it's a commitment. And I just don't think she realized probably what she was signing up for. So those are my thoughts.
I totally believe that Nelly told Ashanti exactly what he told everybody else in that little TV interview way before that. I think she knew what she got herself into. I think she thought that Nelly was somehow going to like love her and their baby enough to like be different. But I think a lot of guys are honest with us and we just make it into something that it's not.
So I did find this article that said that Nelly believes that kids learn more on their own and Ashanti is more hands-on, and they have very different approaches to parenting. And this is typical of a lot of these men. They feel like they don't need to teach these kids nothing, and the kids need to just be on their own. And then they get online on Father's Day and start making videos about why nobody celebrates fathers, and Father's Day should be taken off of the calendar. If y'all didn't see that video that I made about Father's Day, they were pissed, and they just don't understand why people don't care about fathers. She's hands-on, and he's just like, hey, the kid can just raise itself. Like, just throw the kids to the wild and they could just raise themselves. So Ashanti is pretty much a married single mom. We've been talking about it for years, and that's what this is. That's a lot of their mentality. Just let the kids live and learn. And I guess because that's what they had to do. They didn't have a dad in their life, so a lot of them had to just live and learn on their own. I guess that's, street smarts. So they want to raise their kids like they were raised, even though their kids are not being, born and brought up in the hood. Like, you don't have to do that now. You have time to actually raise your kids. You could pay maids and nannies and all of that, but now you have more time to actually show them the right way to go. You actually have the resources. But hey, this is what she wanted.
Nelly telling Ashanti that he wasn't waking up in the middle of the night to feed and change a baby is gross. And it's sad. And I'm sorry for any of y'all that have had to go through that with y'all's fathers of y'all's children, because you shouldn't have to. Yuck.
I'm gonna say this: Ashanti settled for Nelly. She settled for Nelly because there is absolutely no way that she, Nelly, her mama, or whoever else is gonna sit there and convince me that sis is actually happy being with him. Because you're not in a real marriage, or it seems like a real cohesive partnership where both of y'all are doing work in the relationship. In fact, he barely participates in the relationship. He already ran down the rules and explained to her that when she have that baby, I'm not getting up in the middle of the night. I'm not changing Pampers or anything. This is supposed to be your wife. This is her first child. You ain't new to this. She is. And you can't support your wife during postpartum. Make sure she's well rested and getting her rest, because the baby's already going to be attached to her. She's breastfeeding. And you can't get up to check on your child or to change diapers? You could tell that she was bothered in her response when she was like, I just think that's like, kind of fucking, you could tell she probably wanted to cuss him out. I think that's kind of whack that you could just sit there and sleep through a crying child and not want to get up and get your own son. That's what she should have said. Nelly is a real piece of work. And it's like the audacity, because this girl settled for you. And I feel like in a way, it was because of what people were saying that made her say, well, I'm spinning the block. He's familiar. He's a familiar place. So I'm going to just land here, right? Because y'all was talking about her being in her 40s, living her best life and being child free. Like that was failures for her as a woman. Now it makes all the sense when her sister had put out that like cryptic message about how, I guess, you know, the pressures of societal norms and like trying to fit into society with a husband and a wife and that cryptic message her sister put out makes sense now, because now you get to see that this relationship is a mess, and I don't think they're going to make it. This is not going to be an everlasting marriage, because Nelly is about to run that girl into the ground. When I tell y'all, give it a year or two, and Ashanti is going to be looking haggard, because sis already look tired and depleted right now. Then the episode about the inauguration, and you get her mother sitting there talking about how her father was heavy in the civil rights movement and how he got back home to their town and was doing all this work. And it was like he just disregarded all that shit and said, fuck it, I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to do it. And you could tell that Ashanti really didn't want to. And she was like, well, you know, it's different from being a girlfriend. I'm a wife now. And as a wife, I would have looked at my husband and said, you must be outside your motherfucking mind if you think you about to get up there and do that motherfucking racist ass inauguration. Bending to social norms and constructs such as needing to be married, needing to be validated by a man so badly is going to be the death of so many of us. Y'all know that challenge that was just recently going around. It's like every time I think about being in a relationship, I'm reminded of how I looked my last relationship. That's going to be Ashanti. That we are seeing the transformation, y'all. That's going to be, this man is going to drain sis out of all her fucking energy. When we look at how Ashanti was prior to Nelly, badass, baddie, body was tea. Living her best life. Every birthday she said, I spent on an island. My birthdays, I was on an island every birthday. To now, barely making it. Barely being able to get up and get out of bed. Barely wanting to go and do a performance. Just looking tired and ran down. She is in a marriage all by herself. She's married. He isn't. Ashanti is married. Shanti is married. Nelly is not. She need to divorce that man. Ashanti, please, divorce that man while you can. Get out now.
I knew I wasn't wrong for saying that Ashanti should not have gotten back with Nelly, because look, that man is embarrassing her already. Not only do he leave for months on end, okay, and leave her to take care of a newborn by herself, but he also said that it's a blessing that he's able to sleep through his son crying in the middle of the night. He said that he told her before she decided to kick him under the table that he will not be helping with the diaper changes. He's basically sticking to the traditional marriage and just providing. But he said that as soon as the baby starts walking and talking and communicating what he needs and what he wants, that's when he's going to step in. That lady is a married single mother, and I don't like that for her. But girl, he showed you who the fuck he was. Why would you want to still be with him? Could never, ever, ever be me, because if I was abortionable weeks pregnant, I would have left that man and I would have sent that baby. This man is a walking red flag, and I hate that she gave him a child. Mind you, this is her first child. So not only is he a neglectful dad, he's also a Trump supporter, okay? And he's also allegedly a cheater. I would have left that man so fast his fucking head would have spin.
So if Ashanti likes it, I love it. In the end, I don't think that Nelly is too much different from most of these men y'all are out here procreating with. I don't think men are actually in these homes and changing babies' diapers like that, getting up every 2 hours at night. I'm not saying no men are doing it, but I don't think even like 90% of men are getting up. I mean, even like 10% of men are getting up, changing diapers every 2 hours, every hour and a half, or cleaning up the baby's messes, feeding the baby. I don't think men are doing that. I think it's just hard for women to accept the truth when they hear it out loud. Because women are delusional sometimes. Like, if you think about it, y'all know most men are not doing that. So he said they can afford a nanny. If they can afford a nanny, then Ashanti should probably take advantage of it, because she, a lot of people can't afford that. So if that's what she wants, that's what she wants. That's who she chose. She circled around the block from 20 years ago and snatched him back up. It was probably even longer than that, like 25 years ago. They were together and she snatched him back up after he left her for somebody else and didn't want her. So she's going to get what she's going to get. She's like 44, 45, and she had a baby by this man. Like, girl, that maybe she wanted a baby. That's fine. If she wanted a baby, she can afford it. So I don't know what to tell y'all. But most of y'all are going to be surprised that the men you choose and have a baby with is probably going to be like Nelly and just not do it. He probably won't tell you out loud. He probably just is not going to do it, or he's just going to leave. So ease up on Ashanti. She wanted her bandit and she got her bandit. Most of y'all want y'all's bandits and y'all get them too, and they don't change diapers. They don't do nothing. They don't feed the baby. They don't even financially provide for the baby. So at least like she can pay somebody to help her. Like y'all can't even do that. So I don't know. Choose your poison, ladies. Either stay single, don't get married, or all of the above, because I guarantee you your man is not going to be changing diapers like that. Most likely he's not going to be changing diapers. So get down in the comments and let me know what you thought about this video, and did you have a baby daddy or a husband that actually changed diapers? If you did, you were one of the lucky ones. Bye.